Hi, I'm Harsha. It's been a few days since I made my last video. I took a break. This is a very deep subject, and I need to give all my energy to this particular thing. Anyway, I've already finished with the 8 legs of yoga and the 6 lessons. All these past videos have been made to explain the link between yoga and Tantra. What is the link between them? The 8 legs of yoga talks about the entire spectrum of spirituality, how it starts and how it ends. The theory part is the Ashtanga Yoga, and I explained the 6 lessons of meditational practices, which is the executing part of the yoga. Tantra is the executive part. Yoga is the philosophy. So, if somebody goes through those 18 videos, you will get a complete picture of what you need to do, what it is all about, and what you need to you completely need to do. Now I will start a series on various aspects of philosophy, and today I will start with I'm thinking about starting with the teachings of Shiva. You know, Shiva had 3 wives. One is Parvati, one was Kali, and one was Ganga. Parvati was from northern regions. Kali was from south, Dravidian origin, and Ganga was Mongolia origin. I will talk about Shiva and his origin, and what is the real Shiva and what is the spiritual Shiva, because there is a lot of confusion. I will talk about it in my next video, but today I will speak about one very special message that Shiva gave when her wife Parvati asked Shiva that, Lord, what is the secret of success? What are the secrets of success? Especially it was in a spiritual context. What should one do to ensure success? For this Shiva replied. Shiva was there in the time when people were very simple-minded, straightforward. Complex theories was beyond their reach. And so simple answers were expected at that time. And there are this series of questions and answers. Parvati used to ask Shiva these simple questions belonging to those basic issues faced by a devotee, and Shiva used to answer them. And this series of question and answers is known as Agam and Nigam. Agam is questions, one is answers. So this is one of those questions where Parvati asked, "O Lord, what are the secrets of success? How to ensure that the devotee succeeds? What does he need to know?" So Shiva replied that there are 7 secrets of success. Seven. And these 7 secrets were explained in a shloka. He said, "Falishyati iti vishwasasya siddhir pratham lakshanam. द्वितीय श्रद्धा युक्तम. तृतीय गुरु पूजनम. चतुर्थो समता भावो. पंचमेंद्रिय निग्रह. षष्ठं च प्रमिताहारो. सप्तमं नैव विद्यते." So, let me explain. He said, "Falishyati iti vishwasasya siddhir pratham lakshanam." To achieve success, the first point to remember is firm determination to succeed in one's mission, one's spiritual life. Firm determination. Vishwas, you must have firm determination. I will succeed in whatever I am trying to achieve. Without this firm determination, you cannot achieve anything. You must be stubborn. You must have a willpower. Once you start on a path, do not stop. You will face a lot of obstacles. The higher your goal, the more obstacles you have. Right? And when you face resistance, remember, the more resistance you face, that means the more speed you are moving towards your goal. It is said that obstacles are a proof that you are progressing. So, the first one is to have firm determination in one's mission in life. Then the second one is Shraddha. Now this word Shraddha doesn't have a direct translation into English. So it has to be explained. The closest word that comes to this is reverence. You must have reverence for your goal. And when you dedicate yourself, surrender yourself completely 100% towards your goal, then that approach is called Shraddha. To have 100% reverence and dedication and surrender towards your goal. So, firm determination must be linked with reverence. You may have you accept that, okay, death is a certainty. You know it. but there is no reverence in it. So, your goal is, in our case, we are talking about achieving supreme stance, to merge your unit self into the cosmic self. So your first step is to have complete, full, firm determination, and then second is to have complete reverence towards it. That is the second point. Third is Guru Pujanam. As I said, no super scientist, nobody has achieved anything without following a particular school. In line of spirituality, the presence of Guru is 100% total critical. In this line, you cannot move a single step without the presence of, control of, guidance of the Guru. What is the word Guru? Guru itself says, he who dispels your darkness is Guru. Now, as far as teachers are concerned, there are many kinds of teachers, many levels. When you start your education, you cannot start with a professor. When you are in the primary schools, you need to have a teacher which is of that standard. And the knowledge of that teacher also will be of that depth only. Then when you grow deeper, higher, from primary school to secondary school, each level is a different teacher, having more knowledge. Till you reach your higher studies, you do research. Similarly, in line of spirituality, there are fundamentally 3 levels of gurus. One is a guru who has a general knowledge about things. He knows how to give presentations. And he is moving around the world holding classes, demonstrations, group discussions, and a lot of people come. He explains things, he gives demonstrations, and he moves on. He does not bother, he doesn't have the capacity or the plan to follow up with who's doing what. He is the basic guru. And those who have just begun into this line of spirituality, for them this type of guru is alright. Then comes the second stage, second level of the medium gurus, where they have an organization. You be part of it, and the guru explains things to his disciples. There is a discipleship. He accepts to take disciples, and these disciples have a relationship with that guru. And he is able to give a lot of inspiration to youngsters with his physical presence. but he does not have the power to control you beyond his physical presence. Out of sight, he cannot help you. You might be going somewhere else and doing some nonsense. He will not know about it. And he will tell you what to do and all these kind of things. He will guide you as long as you are willing to listen. Because this Guru is not the ultimate Guru. The third Guru is the Sadguru, the real Guru. Not a person who has named himself Sadguru, but the real term Sadguru means he who has the power to raise his own Kundalini and the Kundalini of his students, his disciples. He has all the occult knowledge. And he uses all those things for the spread of spirituality in the human race. In Tantra, such a Guru is known as Tarak Brahma, the bridge between the creation and the non-creation, the tangential point, and he is only one entity. He is the final Guru. And once you are brought into his lap. Once he touches you, you will be permanently his. It is not necessary that he is there physically present all the time in your life. He may not. He may come in a flash and go away. But there is no need for his physical presence for him to control you, guide you. So, that is the final Guru. And once a person reaches a certain stage, he gets that Guru. That Guru calls it. And the object of a disciple purpose of a disciple is to ensure, because at some stage you will get the first Guru and then the second one and then the ultimate one. So you must follow what your Guru has said, explained. Do not try to politicize it. Do not try to twist it. Oh, you have told me, but can I do it like that? Can I do this? Can I also, if I don't do this part, will it be okay? No. Accept what he says. If you cannot follow it, no problem. Try to follow it. But do not mess around with what Guru has said. So the third thing is reverence for the Guru. Guru Pujanam. It is very important to have a Guru, preserve it as if it's the most precious thing of yours, and try to follow it verbatim. You will not be able to do it. So, remember, it is my goal to follow him. Right? So, third is Guru Pujanam. The fourth is Chaturtho Samta Bhavo. Our mind is the vehicle to move forward. Now the mind suffers from complexes, inferiority complex, superiority complex, defeatist complex. You need to remove all complexes. You need to be neutral minded person. Inferiority complex. Oh, I belong to a very low caste. God will not love me. These so-called religions have created these divisions. Somebody has a very superiority complex. Oh, I am too high a person. Why should I bend in front of this God? Ego, superiority. Defeatist complex. I am a sinner. I will not be able to do this. I have done too many wrong things in life. So, none of these complexes are required. Don't look back. Look forward. Keep on doing what you are doing. You will make mistake. If you fall down, what does the father do? A real loving father will, no matter how dirty his child is, he will pick the child in his lap, clean that child. The mother will clean the child and again embrace it. That is God. We are there because God loves us. He is created me. I exist because He is thinking about me. So, do not have any kind of complex. Keep a neutral thing. I am there. He is there. I have been created to merge into Him, to march towards Him, break all shackles. This is my purpose of life. He is my Guru. He is my Guru. And I will continue to move towards Him. No power on this planet can disturb me, can stop me. I'll tell you a very interesting example. I think I have told you earlier. We had a small, when I was not even born, my grandmother who ultimately became a nun of this organization, the first lady sannyasi, monk. When she was running a household, a young boy from a village came to work for the house. And she kept that boy as her son, like a son. And there was a great bond between that boy and my grandmother. Used to call her Maiya. Maiya in that word sense is mother. At a very young age, because my grandmother was a spiritualist, she also initiated that boy. He started doing meditation. He was totally illiterate from a village. And he was given only one initiation, simple mantra. Very, very simple. But it was an initiated mantra of the Guru. Throughout that person's life, he was a very strong moralist. That is why I say the importance of morality is so critical. It is the power of morality which attracts God towards you. Do not underestimate the power of morality. And this person was 100% moral. He was not interested in anything. He was working in a company as a clerk, as a small time attendant. He used to take one piece of paper to another, one table to the other table. No other work. Clean. He used to come in the morning, clean the office. That was his work. All his life he did that. Imagine the social status of that person. Nothing. When I saw him a few years back, I remember he used to talk to flowers. There were pots of flowers in the home, and he used to water each and every plant without fail. And he used to talk to each flower. We used to think he's crazy. He used to talk to each one. One day he told me, he looked at one star, he said, there is life over there. Can you imagine? Illiterate man. finally, once when my grandmother had already renounced the world, she had become a missionary monk and was living far away, he went to visit her. He got a chance to visit her. It was a ladies' wing, so he was not allowed inside. There was a meditation hall on the ground floor. He was told to wait there. One lady went to tell my grandmother that this boy has come, this person has come to meet you. He is saying, I want to meet my mother. So my grandmother said, okay, please bring him in, quickly. I have not seen him since a long time. So when they went to see that man, that poor man, they saw that he was in the air, sitting in a posture, meditation posture, and he was rotating like this, like a top in the air, levitating. The lady got scared. She went running back to my grandmother, and said, oh, this person is in this kind of a condition. My grandmother was smiling. She knew what it was all about. So finally, after some time, he came down on the earth again, and he woke up and he was taken to the room. My grandmother asked him, what happened? He said, no, mother, I was seeing one light and I was just following that light. That was his answer. He was man of few words. So this example, this told us that among the entire family, large family who was doing meditation, he was the one who was the most advanced one. None of us have reached that stage. He was not even educated. So, what I am trying to say is, do not keep any complex in your mind. He didn't have any complexes in mind. He was full of love. You see the power of love, total dedication. No questions in the mind, no doubts in the mind, no barriers in the mind. The more questions, the more barriers. We need to remove these barriers of logic. Initially they help us guide into the channel, and then we need to remove them once we are on the track. Chaturtho samta bhavo, equipoise of mind. Panchamendriya nigrah. Fifth point is control over your sensory and motor organs. Really, the sensory organs. Panchamendriya nigrah. Your five senses. Ear, eyes, nose, tongue, taste and touch, smell. 5. These 5 sensory organs control our thoughts. If these 5 sensory organs are suspended, the mind will not be able to function. So, we need these 5 senses to work in this world. But it is well known fact that we today have become very indulgent. Excessive. If you are into music, you hear any kind of nonsense, you see any kind of nonsense, and your 5 motor organs, 5 sensory organs, 5 motor organs, you commit theft, you do any kind of activity, you use your mind, your tongue to abuse, cheat people, You need to bring your five senses under control. Use them with your power of discrimination. You need this power of concentration, willpower, and power of discrimination to control, guide your five senses. So you must have control over them, otherwise you will lose your track. In some video I will tell you there are these indriyas, how they function, and as you progress in this line of spirituality, you are trying to control your instincts and how they come gradually under your control. But those who are not yet under control, they become wild. Becomes very difficult to control your last one, whichever it is, could be anyone. And the meditation helps you. Guru comes and helps you. You have to surrender. So the fifth one is control over your senses. Sixth, shashtancha pramitaharo, food. Your human mind is created through your food that you eat. Human mind is a product of, gets life from the food it eats, that body eats. And therefore, you must understand the science of food. You do not eat any food that what is put in front of you, if you are following this path. You must try to get as close as possible towards the sentient food. The crude people will get attracted towards the crude type of food, the static food, which is carne, meat, non-vegetarian, onion, garlic, strong smelling foods. These are static foods. Do not help you at all in your meditation. It may or may not help you in your physical body. If you are in a cold climate, maybe it is okay for your physical development. You may be a very strong person, but you will be very weak here, spiritually. Then the second part is the nutritive food. Food which uses lot of hot spices, lot of deep fried foods, French fries and lot of burgers and so on. Anyway, that is tamasic, static food, meat I said. But anything which is deep fried, full of hot spices, comes under mutative category. In cold climates, this mutative food can work as sentient food also, because very, very cold there. You need food which warms you up. But in tropical areas, you don't need to eat such foods. And what is the sentient food? Your vegetarian regular food, all vegetables, all fruits, nuts, your dairy products. All these are different kinds of lentils. They all come under sentient food. And this food is really the food which will help you grow in your meditation. So you must eat sentient food. And the other aspect of eating is the quantity of food. We have talked about the quality of food. Now comes the quantity of food. You should not either eat excessively or less than required quantity. You need to eat a balanced diet and a balanced quantity of diet. A youngster who's growing needs to eat more. But as we grow older, our requirement of food for our body becomes less. The food which was your friend becomes your enemy in your older age. You have people who do not control their food habits, they develop diabetes, blood sugar, and these kind of diseases. There is a renal failure, kidney failures, liver failures because of wrong kind of foods that you eat. Eating meat of large animals, red meats, causes a lot of many cancers. So it is important that as soon as possible, as quickly as possible, try to come to vegetarian diet and eat a reasonable amount. Do not overeat. Do not eat excessive. People keep eating and they become excessively fat, or they are obsessed with eating. They must go out and eat somewhere. Eating at home is considered as a poor thing. So, you see, I had told about aparigraha in morality, to spend only that which is required to maintain your body. You go to a Michelin star restaurant, eat a small quantity of food, but there is a big show and hue and cry, and you pay a king's ransom for that food. That is not correct. Imagine how many people are poor. You need to eat food, no doubt about it. You need to eat healthy, good quality, best quality foods. But you don't have to pay a king's ransom for it. Just because you've got money, you like to show to the people how to hold the spoon and how to do this and that. Talk big. I ate in that restaurant, in that hotel, in that 5-star hotel. The food does not, your body does not demand it. It's your mind which is telling you to do all this nonsense. Your body just needs a simple diet to fill itself. And the good food creates a good mind, and a good mind is able to do meditation. So that is the 6th part, to eat correct food and in correct quantities. And then Shiva says that the 7th point is that there is no 7th point. No more, do not worry anything further. You follow these 6 points and forget about the 7th point. Do not listen to anybody else that you need to do something else. He put a full stop to this. That is the 7th point. Saptapam neva vidyate. No more. The 7th point does not exist. That's what he said. So, I hope you will understand this. My Guru taught me these things. He taught this to many people many times. That showed the importance to understand these 7 principles of success. I hope you all absorb this and use it in your personal lives. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Please subscribe and like my videos if you think so. And I'll be very grateful for that. Have a nice day.